Tesla's stock just hit an all-time high, but not because of car sales. Elon Musk revealed 3 fully autonomous AI products launching in 2026 that could fundamentally change how society functions. Optimus robots learning jobs from YouTube videos, cybercabs operating without drivers on public streets, and Tesla semis hauling 80,000 pounds of cargo autonomously. These aren't concepts anymore. Production starts next year. But here's what nobody's talking about. If these 3 products actually work, what happens to the millions of jobs they're designed to replace? Let's start with the product Elon Musk calls the biggest of all time. And for once, this isn't just Silicon Valley hyperbole. Optimus, Tesla's humanoid robot, just reached a development milestone that changes everything. Elon stated publicly that this machine will eventually outsell smartphones. There are roughly 6.8 billion smartphones on Earth right now. He's talking about billions of humanoid robots walking among us, working in factories, homes, and businesses. The question isn't whether this sounds ambitious. The question is whether the technology has actually caught up to make this possible. And here's where it gets fascinating. Optimus doesn't learn through traditional programming. When Tesla's team trained it to hold a simple bag of popcorn, it required thousands of simulation runs to perfect the grip dynamics and force calibration. But once that neural network understood the underlying physics, it could apply those principles to any object. Coffee cups, machine parts, delicate instruments. The AI doesn't memorize tasks. It understands the fundamental mechanics of interaction. Version 3 launches Q1 2026. And this isn't a prototype. Tesla is targeting 10,000 commercial units in production next year, working inside Giga Texas assembling other robots. Machines literally building machines. The cost efficiency is staggering when an Optimus unit operates 24/7 without breaks, healthcare costs, or vacation time. Now this is where the conversation gets uncomfortable. Elon said working will become optional. That sounds utopian until you examine what it actually means. The United States has roughly 150 million jobs. Tesla estimates Optimus can handle 80% of human tasks. That's 120 million jobs potentially automated within the next decade. So when Elon talks about a future where you have access to any goods and services you want, how does that economic model function when most people aren't earning traditional wages? This isn't science fiction. This is a policy question we need to answer in the next 5 years. What makes Optimus different from every other humanoid robot is its vision system. Tesla uses the same technology powering full self-driving. No LiDAR sensors, no expensive 3D mapping, just cameras and neural networks processing 3-dimensional space in real time. The robot's brain, a custom chip in its chest, handles billions of calculations per second. It sees through 2D cameras, but perceives the world in 3D, exactly like human vision. The learning mechanism is what surprised me most. Optimus can watch YouTube tutorials and extract task sequences. It observes human hand movements, identifies the goal, and replicates the behavior. Combined with xAI's Grok language model, it doesn't just follow commands, it interprets intent. Tell it you're thirsty, and it brings water without step-by-step instructions. That's genuine contextual understanding. Here's my assessment. Tesla isn't building Optimus for consumer homes initially. The first wave targets industrial applications where return on investment is immediate: factories, warehouses, logistics centers. But once manufacturing costs drop below $20,000 per unit, consumer adoption becomes inevitable. And that's when society faces a transformation we're not prepared to handle. This conversation naturally shifts to transportation, because if Optimus is AI with hands and legs, then Tesla's Cybercab is AI on wheels. And this is where Tesla's stock surge makes perfect sense. Cybercabs are already operating on public roads in Austin with zero human supervision, not in testing facilities or pre-mapped routes. Real city streets with unpredictable traffic, cyclists, pedestrians, construction zones. No safety driver, no remote operator. Just artificial intelligence making every driving decision in real conditions. Let me put that in context. Waymo operates in geofenced areas with pre-mapped routes using LiDAR arrays costing tens of thousands per vehicle. Tesla achieves the same result with 8 cameras and a neural network trained on 1.6 billion miles of real-world data. The cost difference is enormous, but the scalability advantage is what matters. Waymo's approach requires mapping every city individually. Tesla's vision-based system works anywhere a human can drive. Mass production begins Q2 2026 at Giga Texas. Target price is under $30,000, with operating costs around 20 cents per mile. Compare that to Uber's current average of $1.50 to $3 per mile. A cybercab could offer rides at 40 cents per mile and still profit. That's a 70% price reduction for consumers and an existential threat to the $120 billion ride-sharing industry. But here's the detail most missed. The cybercab has no charging port. When battery runs low, it drives itself to wireless charging pads. Tesla is building a fleet that operates without any human labor. Not drivers, not charging workers, not dispatch. The entire loop is automated. The AI system deserves closer examination. Unlike traditional autonomous vehicles depending on high-definition maps, Tesla's full self-driving uses pure vision and neural networks. It predicts pedestrian behavior before they step off curbs. It anticipates what other drivers will do based on positioning and speed. It makes real-time decisions in scenarios never encountered in training data. Hardware 5 and FSD version 14 pushed reliability to where Tesla removed humans entirely. Here's my critical analysis. If cybercabs achieve autonomy at scale, personal car ownership becomes economically irrational for most people. Why spend $40,000 on a vehicle sitting parked 95% of the time when you can summon an autonomous ride within minutes for a fraction of the cost? Urban transportation models collapse and rebuild. Parking structures become obsolete. Traffic patterns fundamentally change. And millions of professional drivers find themselves competing with machines that never sleep. Production starts in 18 months. The third product faces the most brutal real-world testing, and that's what makes it significant. Tesla Semi is about to become the ultimate proving ground for AI, not a passenger car. An 18-wheel, 80,000-pound freight truck carrying cargo across thousands of miles without a human driver. Elon confirmed full self-driving integration is coming to the Semi, with autonomous testing by end of 2025. The timing isn't coincidental. The trucking industry faces genuine crisis. Between 160,000 and 300,000 tractor-trailer accidents occur annually in the U.S., most from driver fatigue. More drivers are leaving than entering. Working conditions are brutal. Weeks away from families, living in truck cabins, constant delivery pressure, exponentially increasing accident risk with exhaustion. Tesla's approach transforms the driver from manual laborer to technology supervisor. The latest Semi includes a new camera above the front wheel arch. A clear signal autonomous operation is engineered in. With FSD handling highways, the human can rest and remain alert for situations I can't handle yet. But let's talk honestly about technical challenges. A loaded Semi at highway speed has braking distance 5 times longer than a passenger car. The AI must predict traffic hundreds of meters ahead and calculate trailer inertia to avoid jackknifing. At 80,000 pounds, one mistake is catastrophic. Then there's operational reality. Routes pass through areas with poor connectivity. Fog degrades camera vision. Construction zones use human flaggers with hand signals varying by region. The neural network handles edge cases never in training datasets. Yet this is Tesla's advantage. Every Semi feeds driving data back to the central AI. The fleet learns collectively. A dangerous situation in Nevada at 2 a.m. becomes training data updating every Semi by morning. Continuous distributed learning at unmatched scale. Tesla's consumer fleet collected 1.6 billion miles. That's the foundation for autonomous freight. Here's my honest assessment. Autonomous Semis aren't about replacing drivers in 2026. Initial phase focuses on highway assistance, reducing fatigue, and improving safety. But long-term trajectory is undeniable. Once AI proves reliable and regulations adapt, economic pressure becomes overwhelming. A Semi operating 22 hours daily costs dramatically less than traditional models. When that cost difference hits 40 to 50%, the industry shifts. And 3.5 million U.S. truck drivers face the same question as factory workers and taxi drivers. What happens next? There's a bigger pattern most analysis misses. And it's why Tesla's stock hit all-time highs despite flat car sales. These three products aren't separate projects. They're a unified AI ecosystem. Same vision-based neural network, same training methodology using real-world data, same philosophy of teaching principles, not memorizing tasks. Every FSD improvement makes Optimus smarter. Every cybercab mile improves semi-highway navigation. The system compounds on itself, and Tesla manufactures all three simultaneously in 2026. Not pilots, mass production. While competitors perfect one platform, Tesla scales three different AI applications using the same core technology. But this brings the uncomfortable question. If these work as promised, we're witnessing the largest labor displacement in modern history, with no consensus on handling that transition. Musk talks about abundance and optional work, but the path there involves disruption affecting hundreds of millions whose skills become obsolete within a decade. This isn't alarmism, it's basic math applied to announced timelines. So are we actually ready for this level of automation happening this quickly? Drop your thoughts below. So are we ready for this AI autonomy? Ready or not, it's happening. Tesla begins mass production in 2026. Optimus robots, cybercabs, autonomous semis will be operating in 18 months. Here's the bigger picture. This isn't just Earth automation. Elon is building for Mars. Robots constructing habitats in extreme environments. Vehicles navigating unfamiliar terrain. Systems operating independently for months. Every breakthrough brings that vision closer. Development accelerates from here. Version 3 to 4 to 5, each exponentially more capable. We're watching a transformation that defines the next decade. Now your take. Does Tesla hit these 2026 timelines, or will regulations slow it down? What industry disrupts first? Drop your prediction in the comments below. If this added value, smash that like button. Subscribe to Tesla Zone and turn on notifications so you catch every update as these products move from production to public roads. We're tracking every development. The future isn't coming, it's already being built. Thanks for watching Tesla Zone. A 62-year-old man bought what he thought was an affordable car. 3 years later, he'd spent $8,400 more than the sticker price on gas, insurance spikes, and repair bills that kept climbing. He's not alone. Most seniors face the same trap. Cheap to buy, expensive to own. Tesla's answer? The Model 2 at $12,749, engineered specifically to stop that financial bleeding. No fancy features, no 0 to 60 bragging rights. Just a car designed around one question. What if ownership costs could actually be predictable for the next decade? Before we go deeper, if you value factual analysis over marketing hype, hit that subscribe button. We're about to expose why the traditional car industry has been profiting from senior buyers for decades. Here's what dealerships won't tell you. That $22,000 compact sedan advertised as affordable is engineered to extract money from you for years after purchase. The insurance companies know it. The repair shops depend on it. And Detroit has built an entire business model around it. Why do you think they're suddenly nervous about Tesla's $12,749 price tag? Most buyers over 50 aren't broke. They're cautious because they've been burned before. They've watched oil change intervals mysteriously shrink from 5,000 miles to 3,000. They've seen insurance premiums jump 18% annually with no explanation. They've experienced the minor repair that somehow requires replacing half the engine bay. Tesla's engineering team studied this pattern and asked a different question. What if we stopped designing cars to generate recurring revenue streams? While traditional automakers start with, how cheap can we build this? Tesla started with, how do we eliminate the costs that destroy ownership value? The difference is massive. Internal documents show they mapped out every expense a senior driver faces over 10 years, then engineered solutions for each one. Not marketing promises, actual structural changes. The body uses mega casting technology, 2 large aluminum sections for